A couple of heavyweights ready to do some action as well, as Dave Bostice of Mesa, Arizona, and Renard Jones out of Las Vegas get ready to rumble. Let's head upstairs for the introduction of the two fighters. Again, Chuck Masterson coming to you from Coeur d'Alene here in the casino in Worley.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout features 6 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. When the bell rings, referee Jerry Armstrong will be in charge of the action. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the green trunks with white stripes and weighing in at 235 pounds. He's undefeated with 8 wins and 1 draw, 5 of those wins by way of knockout. From Mesa, Arizona, David "The Boss" Bostice. Across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner and wearing the black trunks, he weighs in at 243 pounds. His professional record, 5 wins, 1 loss, 2 of those wins by way of knockout. From Las Vegas, Nevada, please welcome Renard Jones Jr.
Main thing I want you to do is obey my commands at all times, okay? Let's watch the holding and hitting. When I say break, I want you to stop punching, hands up, and take 1 step back. This is the tummy, boys, right here. Okay? We run stand? Okay, touch gloves.
Okay. Well, referee Jerry Armstrong from nearby Boise, Idaho will be the man in charge. This, by the way, John, is a rematch between these two guys, as Bostice won in Las Vegas back in October of '97. Jones was not a happy camper about that decision. He won in 8, did Bostice. He's been waiting for this rematch, and we're ready to go for the opening round. Again, coming out of the green with the white will be Bostice, while Jones will be in the solid black.
You see the height and reach advantage by Bostice, the man they call the boss. This has turned into a bit of a mini rivalry between the two after that first fight.
Jones has been kind of begging for a rematch. And finally, Cedric Kushner says, okay, it's time to do it on the heavyweight explosion. And here we are in Idaho tonight. The big question is, what does Jones do differently than he did against Bostice, who had pretty good control of the fight, I understand. Did not get to see it myself down in Vegas. Here's John, that one of the key factors for Jones, he'd like to get inside and kind of rumble a little, wouldn't he?
Well, that's to his advantage, Sam. He's obviously a shorter heavyweight, shorter arms. He's got to work his way on the inside. And right away, you see him trying to take it to the body of the boss. And he thinks that's a weak point, a vulnerable area that he can exploit. And the boss wants to keep him off with a jab, of course. The first time they fought, that was Jones's first 6-rounder. And he wasn't sure he could go the distance. Wow, a couple of right hands.
He's in trouble. Jones is staggering. Bostice could go right to work, get another right hander. Armstrong goes down, the referee, and Bostice is trying to knock everything down in the ring.
He almost had a double knockout.
I'm telling you, Armstrong did a good job to scramble back up, and he's in the count. 3 knockdown rule is in effect here in Idaho, which means that if a fighter goes down 3 times in a single round, the fight is over. Bostice with a looping left hand on Jones. Big right hand. Jones is down. Oh, my.
They got to stop the fight.
This one's got to be over.
They got to stop it.
Yes. This one is over, and Bostice putting away. What a right hand. Jones really hit his head on the canvas on the way down. A monstrous right hand by David Bostice. And now there's concern for Jones on the canvas.
He fell straight back, Sam, right in front of us, about 4 feet, and struck his head against the canvas. He is talking to some of the commissioners from Idaho. He appears to be fairly alert, and hopefully it's not a serious injury. And what a happy guy in the other corner for David Bostice. We're going to go back and see this first knockdown.
We'll also see the knockdown, I guess, of Mr. Armstrong as well.
Well, you see Bostice swinging wildly, but then hitting him with the right hand, and you see tripping as the referee on Jones's feet. And you can kind of tell that Jones was out on his feet, and there's the first knockdown. And there you see that monstrous right hand, Sam, you talked about. Straight back on his back in a prone position.
Jerry Armstrong, the referee, coming through saying, you didn't get that on TV, did you?
Hey, Jerry was a little embarrassed, but it wasn't his fault. His feet got tangled up. There was a lot going on.
By the way, David Daly, Dr. David Daly, is the man in charge of the medical staff, and they are upstairs with Jones.
And Chuck McGregor, who trains David Bostice, came over to us and said, there goes that 3-2-1 split. There was a lot of controversy in that first fight. Jones insisted he had won the fight. He wanted a rematch, and he got his rematch.
You know, the one thing that we talked about at the start of the fight was how much Jones had to get inside, and he actually walked right in, particularly on the first knockdown, walked into the right hand. Then he was trying to avoid a right hand, and I'm telling you, Bostice came right at him with a great combination, left hand and right hand. Well, as they still try to administer here on Jones. He, by the way, is up and is now talking to those here at ringside, as you can see there. And that is a very good sign, again, being knocked out here in the first round. Let's get the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the official time at 1 minute, 54 seconds of round number 1. The winner by knockout, David the Boss Bostice!
So as Dave Bostice now with a nice hug there for Jones, as again Jones goes down twice in the round. The last time it finally finished him off.
Well, Chuck McGregor in training has been working on Bostice throwing punches and combinations, and you already see his finish-up shot with the right hand. He was already on his way down. He was out.
So the boss, a guy you might not want to go in and ask for a raise, has now got another win. As Jones is up, he'll climb through the ropes under his own power, and that's a good sign, despite the fact he loses for a 5-2 round.